Hello, everyone, and welcome to Aneria, the Shattered Realm, episode 50.
What? Just trying to make confetti with my pistachio shells.
Everybody throw garbage into the air for episode 50. Yay.
It's organic.
If you times that by 100, you have our number of subscribers now. We made 5,000 subscribers. So thank you, everybody, for subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't already, well, we're on that creep towards 1 million now.
That's the next goal.
Yep.
Definitely not 10,000.
Yep. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate it. All the liking, all the commenting, all the subscribing. I'm not even going to tell you to do them this time, even though I kind of just
But
did.
if you unsubscribe, I will hunt you down and find you in your sleep.
We had 3 unsubscribe immediately after we got 5,000. Scott checked it like the next hour, and he's like, "We lost 3 subscribers."
YouTube likes to go, sorry, these accounts are probably bots, and then boot them off.
But
and then 72 hours later,
they were back.
They've come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But thank you to our 5,000th subscriber, our mother.
Hello, Mom. It's your birthday.
Yeah, we mentioned, hey, we're like 1 away, and my mom goes, "Oh,
I don't think
I've ever subscribed. I don't know if I know how." and then she finally figured it out, and then and she's like, "I subscribed." And I go, "Look, and we're at 5,000." I was like, "Hey, sweet."
And then don't forget to join our Patreon if you want to support us really well. You get these. What?
That just sounded weird.
Really
You want
well?
to support us really well?
I guess that does sound a bit weird.
You want to be extra supportive.
Torrey, can I ask you a question?
What?
Do you like ads in videos?
I hate ads in videos.
Yeah, they suck,
what
don't they?
What a pesky thing.
Don't you wish that you could get rid of ads in your videos?
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Tell me how.
I feel like I need to stumble and spill something really badly.
Yeah.
Like an infomercial. Give me a little popcorn so I can go, and have it go all over the place.
And then I go, well, now you can with Patreon.
With sham, wow. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you wipe away the ads.
Yeah.
Every videos,
Yeah.
early videos, early access to videos.
Sometimes an extra video or two.
Actually,
Or
our
a short story.
Patreon Discord is actually quite lively.
Yeah, It's a lot of fun.
Guys, not to brag, but that was totally improvised.
Could you tell you couldn't, could you?
Definitely,
Mostly
just
because-
ignore the teleprompter over there, guys.
And ignore the terror when I turned to Torrey to ask her a question just
I
for
was
her.
so scared. Like, what did I do? Oh crap, what did I do? It's a trauma response.
Yes.
I always think everything is my fault.
You know what else is your fault?
What?
It's your birthday. That's not your fault, actually.
Yeah.
But
That is-
happy birthday!
That's like
your
parents' fault.
Yeah.
Everyone say happy birthday to Torrey in the comments.
Woo!
What,
Probably
how old
is
did you
around
say
this
it
time,
was? 24 years,
Yeah, 24. Well, actually, sorry. We need to roll a D100.
Roll a D100 and see what age you are.
Oh no! Wait, is
let's
this
see.
the age I'm turning?
Yes.
Well,
this
by
will
the
be
time people
age-
watch this
this will
is-
be the age you're turning. 55.
I think I'm like pretty good for 55.
Pretty good, yeah. Pretty amazing. Yeah.
I've had 0 work done. Yet.
Look, bathing in the blood of the innocents doesn't count as work done.
That's just a hobby.
Yeah, it's just a hobby.
Good to know.
Yeah.
If you want to donate your blood.
You
have to be
join our
innocent for
Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
That's the $100 tier.
Yeah.
You have to pay to have your blood donated.
It's called the blood money tier. You give us money and then you give us your blood as well.
Yeah.
Can't wait to bathe in it.
Send it to our P.O. box. I'm sure it'll be fun.
But don't package it. Just send it. Just send the blood. So when Preston opens it up, it's,
If you're in Canada,
I would
empty out
like-
your bag milk and put the blood in instead.
I need Dungeon Crawler Carl level blood.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Explosion.
And then don't forget, you know the cow by now? It's Syrinscape. We love them. They're not a sponsor, but they provide wonderful sound effects when we need them, and they can provide that for your game too.
Really sets the mood.
Is it like extra bright in here? Do you guys?
It could be a little bright.
I
You
feel
want me,
like
do you want me
I'm
to?
like.
Are you a little hungover?
Thank you for just
Yes.
going right past the terrible pun there. I appreciate it.
No, it was a good one. Sorry. Puts us in the mood. Yes. It's also very bright. I'm feeling like it might trigger a migraine if we're not careful. Ah, there we go.
Where were you on the night of the 16th of the 7th?
You just spent all night at a theater getting the light shining down on you, and
It's hard work being this talented.
being 55 in this talent.
Yes, what can I say? I'm in high demand. No one demands me.
We do.
Oh, thanks, guys. Guys.
Hey,
Also,
we haven't
guys.
done you get an epic die for us being
Look at
a
how beautiful. Don't mind my chipping. Warning, I have very chipped fingernail polish. Don't look at it.
Me too.
But look at how pretty. These are my new dice.
Beautiful. Oh, you're going to that one.
Yeah.
I was looking at the one.
like across the one that
It's replacing
Read
Scott's
between the
hat.
lines.
Yes. Ooh, don't move. There we
we'll
go.
see how well they roll tonight.
Yes.
And also, wait, there's a second one. The guys got me these.
Yeah.
And look, because I'm a witch.
Oh.
There's a moon. So yeah.
Fancy.
Okay. I think we're ready to get into tonight's episode, if you are.
Oh, yes.
So, last time, things went off the rails a little bit. As expected, usually, when it's the Wayward Watch. What?
No, I'm just trying to make you nervous.
So I was like, what's going on? Especially when the Wayward Watch makes a plan, things typically go a bit wackadoo, I suppose is a nice term for it.
Facts.
Like
Yes.
to do.
Fred, Bolt, and
Pigeon
the
Wolf.
third guy.
Like,
And Victor.
John
Brain.
Bruce?
Yeah, and Birdbrain made their way to the market square just outside of the Archdom facility that Fred's brother Bill
The Arcanum
grabbed.
facility.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the Arcanum. Thank you. Giving them similar names makes it a little bit difficult.
No
on
more
the
A
way,
names. Aneria, Arson, Arcanum.
yeah, I like A's, apparently. I just named a god Aster, so...
You
know,
love a
here we
big
go.
A. We got it.
On the way, you met the gear
I
guard
don't know why.
for the first time. Found out that
They're like the cone-headed.
yeah,
bats.
they're little cone-headed automatons, and they're kind of the new patrol around the city. And then you made it to the market square. You spoke with a half-orc lady. Do you remember her name? By
Wait.
chance?
Well, I don't have my notes, but it was something like very plain, like Barbara or... Am I close? Bonnie.
Bonnie,
Ooh, I got a
yep.
B. Got a B, right?
Bonnie Lass.
And you got some information off of who was...
Patches, you're getting all tangled up, buddy.
No. Help me!
Help me.
You were able to get some information off of her, as well as a puzzle box for Kid and a cat toy for John.
Yes. Bolt paid for the cat toy.
Yes. Important note.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Victor played with birds, or rather he...
Flip the bird.
Played music with birds.
Yeah, he played music with birds, sweet music on a bell,
Angry Birds.
Yep.
Didn't
trying
work
to
so well.
infiltrate and see what the response time of the Arcanum was.
Throwing the birds at the bell, was it the Futurama thing?
I was throwing it, trying to. He was throwing it, trying to knock down the tower, and it didn't work. It was just-
Just flinging bird after bird. Eventually,
the bird that had the bomb strapped to it, that one.
yeah. Who knew?
Almost did it.
Now I will imagine all Arcanum or Brotherhood of Neebs as pigs. Green pigs.
Green pigs. Okay, perfect. I'll write that down.
Okay, good.
As evening approached,
Sorry.
no, you're good. The area was suddenly cordoned off as an Arcanum airship appeared in the sky, or rather a Brotherhood of Neve airship, containing the twins.
Airship?
Two more brothers of Fred.
Or warship.
Warship probably
Flagship,
is a
not
very
flagship, it was
not,
a
not
capital
flag.
ship.
Yeah, it was sort of like a battleship, not
It was
quite a
one
capital
that
ship
was
yet.
commandeered. by the Brotherhood.
Yeah, well, commandeered is a strong word that is only used by the other factions of the Arcanum. It's more, there's a lot of infighting over what went where as they broke apart, and so they ended up with a few airships.
It was a nasty separation.
It really was, actually. It has not been good for them, and it hasn't been good for the people of Aneria either, to be fair.
It do be like that sometimes.
But hey, you know, at least Fred's free. That's one good thing to come from the Arcanum falling, right?
Got to break free.
That brings us to our next part.
Sponsor.
Yeah, speaking of free, you infiltrated as a damsel in distress rather than the Arcanum, which I realized that we never said that you took off your Arcanum clothes, so you were wearing like the cloak with the hood, and you had your Arcanum gear underneath.
I thought we did.
I don't
I
remember.
thought we did.
Okay,
too.
No, so
if we did, I forgot about it.
I think it was. She said that when she was donning her gear, this happened, and then you said, "Did you finish?" She said, "No, I didn't."
Okay,
finish it."
thank you very much. Appreciate that.
So you had Arcanum pants and the cloak, and that was it.
Or the Arcanum boots.
Regular shirt.
Man, those boots look really familiar.
Those look standard issue.
One of them is the
My
other
last
Yeah.
boyfriend, you could be the next.
Yep. That guy was not
It's
picking
like a
up the hints you
Letterman
were
jacket,
putting
but
down
it's
too
the
much.
Arcanum cloak.
Got it out of the charity bin.
It says 05 Belgraph on the back of it. But you made it inside the Arcanum facility through sheer luck, basically. No, it was skill. You made it with skill. But in the process, you found out that a lot of the citizens were being coerced into helping out the Arcanum.
Forcibly
during this.
conscripted.
Yeah. And then, as you revealed yourself to Belle and... Oh, which twin was it? Les,
Sickle?
I think it was.
Yeah. Because Les was outside, and the other one, I can't remember the other one's name,
Thorn.
Thorn. Yeah.
was in the Arcanum building.
Yeah. Victor enacted his plan and dropped a bell on Belle, and Bolt appeared in the doorway and said hello, and we began
Like
combat.
clunk two people's
Made it.
heads together.
Yep.
Made it happen.
In the ensuing chaos and confusion, Bolt pretty much arm wrestled the entire Arcanum guard that was a complement that was in that building
I
to the
am-
ground.
Pretty epic.
I'm going to write this down as a goal. I need to go back and tell Brawl what happened. I arm wrestled the entire
It was like,
guard.
Oh, what is that scene? There's a scene in a movie where there's this giant and he's got a bunch of like little guys on him. Is it Princess Bride?
Gulliver's Travels?
No, it's like he's like
It's not
slowly
an
trudging
actual
through and like throwing people off that are like climbing on him and things like that. But
like
not an
how-
actual giant, but just like a big guy and a bunch of smaller people.
Okay.
And I can't remember. It might be Princess
remember.
Bride. It might be-
Tangled when they're in the bar.
No, it wouldn't be Tangled. I think it was live action, which made it funnier
Snuggly
because
Duckling.
Iron Giant. No.
no, I'll try and figure it out. If you know, leave a comment. That's not a hey, I need engagement here. I'm really curious about this. So I just can't remember what it was. Oh, it was Get Smart.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
with what's his name?
Yeah,
The big, like, Russian
the
dude
big
or
guy.
whatever.
I think at one point he comes in and he's got several people on him, or maybe it was Princess Bride. I don't know. It happens in movies
Steve
a few
Carell?
times. Also in the confusion, Victor pretty much single-handedly took on Belle. Well, single-handedly, but you had the help of a Belle in itself.
Yeah.
That
And
Belle
a
that you've
fog
been-
cloud.
Bell versus Bell in a fog cloud.
in the fog cloud arena.
It's Victor from the top row.
You know what?
With the bell.
As little of fun as it would be for the audience, like a match for wrestling in a fog cloud would be pretty interesting.
Yeah. You could do like body heat screens or something.
Yeah,
for
that's
people.
No.
And then Fred chased after Les when he disappeared and managed to.
No, Les was outside. It was the other one.
Thorn?
Les was inside.
Thorn was inside.
I went back and checked
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
because I needed to know which was which for the episode, so I went back and checked. But she thought it was Thorn because Fred can't tell her twin brothers apart.
It's very confusing.
Honestly, there's a theory around the family that says that they're just one person that's a hive mind of like two. It's really like one of them has like consumed the other one, and then
Les
just
has
pretends.
more hair. He's
Les
not,
has more.
He's
Les
not.
has
He's
more,
not balding. And Fred
Yeah.
can actually tell them apart, but she just acts like she can't.
She's
Just
just
piss them
like-
off.
Yeah, she's totally messing
Even in the
with them
same
all.
conversation.
Yeah.
One of them has
You
like
can mess
a
it up.
mustache, and then the other one doesn't have a mustache ever. One has dark hair, and
Right.
she's just like,
The other one like bleaches
They're
it
literal
blonde or
fraternal
something.
twins, not identical.
Yeah,
and,
not
and Fred
identical.
just like, man, whatever.
I just can't tell you apart.
It's really hard for me.
But yeah, you went up onto the ship. You handed over your weapon after basically you were surrounded by more Arcanum and Brotherhood members. And you were on your way to go see the captain. Meanwhile, Victor and Bolt ran down to the dungeon level, chasing after Bell. He was gone, but you did find several notes including one talking about experimentation.
Yeah.
And you kind of quickly found out what was being experimented on because you ran into a strange creature in one of the cells who you realized was Xander,
Yes.
Fred's
sad.
youngest brother. And that was where we left the episode last night.
Yeah, we did find we also found the teleportation rune.
Yes, and you were working on getting that connected to your helmet teleportation to see where it went. We'll start out by having you roll me an Arcana check. We're not going to start there, but that is a great way to begin tonight. So keep that in mind as we get to your scene.
21.
Okay. Fred is led up onto the top deck of the... what was the ship's name? Didn't write down the ship name.
The overcompensator.
Yeah. The jerkiest douchebag.
Bodie McBoatface. Airship McAirship face.
Just keep them coming. I'm going to find it. Arcane Grasp. Thank you, me. Apparently.
I was going to say Voldemort's nipple, but
That's better.
That's what all the lower deck crew calls it.
Yeah. It's actually like one cannon spout that they call Voldemort's nipple. Just because it always, like, every time you fire it, it's like... the way that the wheel squeaks just sounds really similar. I don't know why this book series exists in Aneria, but it does.
it does 100%.
Fred is led up onto the top deck, and there are a number of Arcanum kind of marching around, battening down hatches, all that airship jazz that actually looks a bit more professional than the Wayward Watch usually handles their airship travel. Although you do have a crew now, so who knows? And you're led up to a similarly dressed man. He's got kind of the cleaner armor than you saw when you actually last saw Les. So process of elimination here. This might be the other twin, but he does turn around and he goes, "I didn't expect you to be that stupid to follow us."
Stupid.
I'm pretty sure you're the stupid one. Right, Les?
Thorn.
Right.
So, here's the deal. You are going to surrender yourself to me, along with your ship, and we're going to have a little talking to.
And why do you think that I'm going to do that?
You'll regret it otherwise.
Do you have an army in your pocket that I don't know about? You look down at their silverware, it's shaking, getting ready.
They're all mad.
They're like, "Yeah, unleash us."
She had an inordinate amount of forks and spoons.
Fox, spoons, sparks.
Oh.
A real quick question, because I can't remember.
Yeah.
And I don't have my notes. So, all the three brothers escaped, correct?
Correct. Yeah, Bell escaped. Les teleported, presumably to this ship, and then Thorn wasn't in the
Thorn
battle.
wasn't part of that. Okay.
Well, he was seeing it through Les's eyes.
Oh, yes. He
might as well.
He was participating from afar.
Yep.
Here's the deal. I am going to help you turn over a new leaf.
I like the leaf that I'm on. Thank you very much.
Why?
He gestures around at the airship. He's like, I'm in command here. I'm entrusted with incredible responsibility.
Yes, but at what cost?
No cost.
Oh.
We're doing good work around
You
here.
don't think you're Sir's little lackey?
I'm loyal. Not a
You
lackey.
have been brainwashed. There's a difference.
Oh, boy. We all have psionic powers. We can't be brainwashed.
Do you want to tell me who mentioned something about Xander?
That was less.
Do you want to explain to me what happened to Xander?
I'm pretty sure you happened to him, actually.
What does that mean?
The last we heard, you had a conversation with him
Yes.
before you left for a month and fell off our radar.
It was
and-
a nice vacation.
Xandar, sorry.
Xandar!
The planet way out in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Xander wasn't the same afterwards.
See, I reformed him. I could do the same to you.
And we undid your corruption the only way that we knew how.
What does that mean?
We made him loyal again. It took some coercion. It took a little bit of manipulation, a bit more than we thought it would, but he's back to being his old self now.
Listen to what you're saying. You manipulated him. You coerced him. I did nothing of the sort. I just spoke my truth.
You spoke chaos into his ear. We brought back the order.
Listen, I was really hoping...
There's one Arcanum that is a dog, and he is not very happy with this conversation.
It's okay, Pat.
He's all right.
Yes. Listen, I was really hoping that we could just resolve this friendly manner.
Friendly, you coming on here and demanding that I surrender my ship to you.
I'm your sister.
And Sir is your father, and yet you show no loyalty to him.
He has never once treated me as an actual daughter. All I've ever been to him is a recruit. Someone he could use.
And a disappointing one at that.
Okay.
Now, in regards to your other, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to decline your request for surrender.
That's fine. I shall have to take you by force. She is going to fire breath
Okay.
him.
Alrighty. Go ahead and let me know what the DC on that one is again here.
Bolt and Victor are going to walk out of the Arcanum
Dex save
place,
17.
and there will be a big airship there, and she'll just be up on the bow, and everyone else will be unconscious. We're just gonna cut to black, and then
We're here. Would you say that you grilled him, or that you
I hope
roasted
so.
him?
What is... okay. He does not make his save, so go ahead and roll me damage on that. The guards next to you also get, like,
What are you gonna
toasted
do?
a little bit.
Breathe on. Ah!
Yeah.
Ever heard of halitosis?
This is better.
See a lot of sixes in there.
That one just keeps rolling. It's stuck on the bottom.
Come on, guys.
let's just help that from the fight.
That would
this is
be
the other one, so.
a 61.
Okay, yeah, you full on expel your fire breath from your mouth. You got that little like furnace throat going. That is always so cool whenever it happens.
Yeah, heartburn.
Yeah. And
What
it just
does-
engulfs
What does
Thorn.
Fred's fire breath look like?
Is it just regular fire or is it? Yeah.
So,
Amaterasu.
she got it from
Zeth.
Zeth told as. So, I don't know. What do you think?
Technically, you did get it from a dragon, not a red dragon. Like, you didn't kill any red dragons, but that was like the prize that you won for bringing him dragon souls. I think that it could be fine as regular fire breath, or if you wanted to give it a Fred flare, that would be good
It's definitely
too.
purple then.
Okay.
Maleficent purple.
Yeah.
Or no, hers is green.
Hers is
Hers
green.
Never mind.
Those are the Disney's evil colors are green and purple.
Marvel does the same thing.
It's a good
Except
it's a
the Hulk.
good look.
Kind of like anti-hero.
The Hulk is kind of like considered a villain, right? So, yeah,
Hulk smash.
exactly. And so you engulf him in this kind of purple fire. It spreads across the deck. There's shouts that go up. 2 guards come up and they're going to restrain you. So if you want to go ahead and roll me, if you want to try and break free from it, you
You
can.
get a flashback of
What am I rolling?
sparring with Bolt.
Strength or
They're
dex.
like, whichever is how you get out of a
Oh,
restraint.
sorry, I knocked it over. Uh-oh. So far, not good. Let's see.
It's just they're just new dice. They're a little nervous.
That's a 7.
Okay, they rolled a 20. So they managed to grab you in their grip. The fire kind of clears, and Thorn is standing there. He's very singed up, but he's still fine.
There's more where that came from, Thorn.
Clap
Or was
her
it
nines.
Mess?
They full on like put the standard Arcanum magic cancellation bracers on you. Do they have magic?
Suppression? Didn't they?
Suppression. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for, not cancellation.
Let's see. Where yeah, we did encounter those on
Yeah.
an Arcanum ship before, right?
Yep. You have a pair of those manacles,
I do.
actually. Sorry. Yeah, a creature with its hands bound by these manacles cannot make verbal or somatic components for their spells, as the enchantment on the manacles prevents such use.
How would one's eye stalks work?
One's eye stalks probably would work fine because they are a magic item. Yeah. Thorn also says, and her mouth too, and they full on bring a metal clamp, the Loki mask,
Yeah.
right? And they attach it around your mouth, and they're going to take you downstairs into the prison cells.
I'm waiting.
So as the two of them start leading Fred downstairs, we are going to skip over to a lonely little stable off to the side of the Arcanum building. There are no
Was
horses
Jesus
in
born
here.
There?
We'll not get into that particular
sorry.
can of worms.
Corey is developing the Pantheon for
I am
Aneria,
indeed.
but that's probably not going to be
yeah.
included.
Okay, I mean, Jesus.
Something does appear in this stable. Specifically, an arcane rune kind of lights up once again, and Victor and Bolt pop into existence, along with Xander, who is just he's just looking about a little bit, moving a little bit sluggishly, like he's not used to his rather large frame, that kind of thing. But Bell does not seem to be here. He did get a little bit of a head start on you.
I would like to do a...
Does it appear that the rune worked properly, though?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I want to try and do a survival check, see if I can get either A, his tracks, or B, if I caught enough of a smell from him last time. He'll close his eyes and just kind of see if I can smell his musk in the room.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a musk check.
No, sorry.
Barf.
Only Elon.
So would that be survival? Or what am I rolling here? Perception, survival, insight?
Survival is
survival,
usually
yeah.
the track.
I think either one of those would work if you want to use your best one there.
Yeah, survival is to check to follow tracks, hunt wild game, guide your
13.
13. There's a lot of overpowering smells in the stable. You think you might be able to maybe get outside and do a little bit more, but in here you're probably not going to be
Let's go.
doing too much.
I'll click my boots of speed on my shirt and just do it my best to try and follow him without him knowing that we're there. You know what I mean? Because I want him to have his guard down.
Yeah.
I will. I'll do a flash of genius to try to give you an extra 4 to roll. By the way,
Okay.
so you get a little extra.
Okay.
I say,
It's not this busy. That's way too busy for. Shush.
Victor, if you could just lead the way, and Xander and I will follow as best we can. Try not to get too far ahead, though.
I'll do my best.
And I turn to Xander. I go, is that all right if you come with us to help save your sister?
He looks outside of the town.
Actually, no, we don't know that she's not sorry.
Yeah.
To find Belle and possibly give revenge on him.
He looks outside of the town and then kind of like looks down at himself and gestures to his being and gives you like a quizzical shrug.
Are you worried about your looks in the town? Have you seen Victor and I?
He reaches over and he grabs like a pitchfork and like shakes it up and down.
Yes, that is for hay. That's not what we need right now.
Okay.
I mean, there are quite a few interesting characters. As long as you stick near us, we'll vouch for you. But we need to find Belle.
Okay. He nods and he'll follow along.
And as we're moving, I'll send a message to Victor. Use cantrip. Victor, do you know what happened to Fred? Because you said something before you left, right?
I
you
said that I was going to go find my...
Yeah, you said stick to the plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go after Les.
Oh, you told us to
Yeah.
go downstairs.
Yeah, follow Belle. Yeah, basically. And you get outside of the stable and you do see that the airship is gone. Okay. The barrier is not. The barrier is still active.
So as we're running, Xander, do you know how this barrier works?
He kind of gives his hand a little bit of a wiggle, and he holds up a finger to like stop you. Mm-hmm. And once you stop, he leans down and he draws 4 circles in like a kind of a little dirt patch, and connects them all, and then he like wipes them out one by one with his fist. Those
circles represent some kind of device or arcane rune of sorts, and we need to destroy them.
Yes. He nods. Yes.
You can speak this
whole time? Yeah. No, he does nod yes.
Okay.
Victor, as you're traveling, you rush through and you're following the trail. Mm-hmm. It took you guys a few minutes to like search the dungeon and everything, and took Bolt a little bit of time to cast the teleportation spell. Unfortunately, so you don't find Belle, but your senses do lead you to a tailoring shop called the Wool Thread.
Okay. And is there anything that catches my eye about this shop that's different than?
It looks a bit inconspicuous. Like it doesn't take a rogue to figure out that this thing looks a bit shady,
okay,
as it were.
I will. I want to take one of my the flaming what do you call it? Basically the cowl of eternal flaminess.
Your coat?
Yeah, my coat, basically for visual. Yeah. I'll strike it, and I'm going to get on my broom and fly up, so that Bolt hopefully sees me up in the air.
Yeah, you basically make a torch in the sky, and as Xander is finishing up explaining what he knows, you see the fireball rising up into the sky, essentially.
Sorry, what was that? What were you doing that for?
Just so you know where he is.
To show you where I am.
Yeah.
How far away is he?
A couple blocks at the most, so not too far. You kind of recognize that it's in the same general area that you were following Fred to, actually, when this all started. In fact, the alleyway that you found the dead Arcanum and the other Arcanum is in that direction as well.
Yeah, we'll head that direction. I'll motion for Xander to follow. See if we can try to find where those runes are.
Okay.
In the same area.
Okay. Yeah, so it... give me...
I'm going to drink one of my potions while I'm in there.
Oh, yeah.
Potion of healing. I have a superior... No, not superior. I have one supreme healing potion.
Give me a Arcana check or an investigation check to try and see if you can determine where these runes are located.
25.
25. Yeah, so judging by what you know about basic shielding magic and rune magic, because you spent 100 years studying rune magic in order to achieve your level.
That's
of,
how I have the rune stuff.
Yeah. You know that the placement is very important to make sure you maximize coverage, and you can pretty much easily spot out from where the central point of the mana was poured into the spell, where the 4 different points that make up the shield are going to be. So you'll be able to, you know that you'll probably need to take out at least 2 of them, if not 3, in order to break the shield completely.
How do I know how to take them out? Like how to destroy them? Are they just like any other room? I just gotta.
Yeah, it's just basically like
whatever
scratching out
they're
room.
drawn on. Yep. Brush the chalk off. Type of thing.
It's one of those. If there's a lot of power flowing through it, it can be a little bit more difficult. But you do have some like methods in order to drain that power. In fact, I believe you have a couple empty mana crystals.
Oh yes,
because the crystals themselves.
10 total.
Yeah, I think you had 10 total.
And I'm down to 7, so
yeah, so you got 3 of them.
3 empty ones. Okay.
The crystals themselves kind of just go dull. They don't have much value, but Bolt isn't one to...
I don't care about money most of the time.
Yeah, and you don't like to discard things, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, they might be back on the ship, though. Because Bolt doesn't have their bag of holding.
Yeah, I don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, so you might need to just pray for the best.
Okay. Victor... Yeah, I'll have you follow. I want to try to find the first sigil.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take too long before you find it's sort of a cellar at the back of a household that you're like pretty sure it's down in there. And sure enough, you open up the door.
Are they like hidden away then?
Yeah, they're just kind of like in inconspicuous places.
Yeah, I'll go down the cellar.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty normal cellar except for the giant glowing barrier rune, shield rune in the center of it. You know, just your standard everyday.
Yes.
Yeah. Ignore the meat hooks with human body parts. That's just standard normal archdom.
That's Arcanum.
This is the Lizard District. They,
the Lizard Folk District.
Yeah, they have some peculiar tastes that there's a black market for things. Victor, we're looking for more of these, and I can kind of point you in the direction if you want to go and try to stamp one out. We need to take down at least 2, maybe 3 of them in order to drop the barrier.
No problem.
And then hopefully we can... I'm assuming that Fred is on that ship. She followed after her brother, and they're nowhere to be found, and the ship is gone as well.
Well, if we need, I do have the ability to locate creatures, so...
The faster we can take down this barrier, the faster we can get back to the Wayward Watch and perhaps pursue them.
All right. I will cast...
Xander actually points to himself, and then he says, points out, I'll go take care of one as well. Yeah.
Be careful.
I'll take the farthest one. Victor will use his Zephyr Strike and just full blur.
Just start booking it. Yep. So
and then I'll point out meet back in the town square when you're finished.
No problem.
I'm gonna try to.
Okay. Go ahead and give me.
First thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna is it written? Is it drawn in the dirt? Is it?
You kind of brush away a layer of dirt, and there is actually it is a stone tablet with the rune on it, so it's a bit more. It's not. As far as runes go, the harder the material, typically the more, not secure, but sturdy the rune is.
Can I pick the stone up?
I'd say it's probably about this big. So Bolt probably can. It's going to be unruly to wield unless you.
I want to try to pick it up and just. Yeah, I mean, if I have to go big, I'll go big. Okay. And increase my
so
strength.
you're just gonna break the rune and
I'll smash the shit out of it.
Give me a strength check.
So I'll be big. Okay. So I'll use up one of those. Wherever it is, somewhere in here. You just want a straight up strength check or an athletics check?
Straight up strength is probably fine.
Since it's strength, they get advantage.
Yeah.
25 again.
25. It's pretty easy to pick up when you get big. especially, and you slam it into the ground.
It's going to hit the nearest other solid object nearby and try to just crack it. It doesn't have to be like destroyed.
There's a bloody stone altar that is just normal for your standard. And you just smash it on that.
Perfect.
Bunch of souls escape.
No, it's the jar of 1,000 wailing souls.
The stone cracks and you feel the pulse of magic. Let me see if it goes towards you or if the magic goes directed into the shield and kind of wavers it, like disperses it a bit more, because it's definitely a bit of a toss-up. Purple or tan?
Purple. Always purple.
Okay. It manages to disperse itself into the shield. Yes. You get a little bit of like a singe on your hands as the magic kind of backfires a little bit. But that was definitely brute forcing. It was definitely dangerous to do.
I probably should have warned Victor.
Meanwhile, Victor, you do find the next room, pretty much where, you're kind of like flashing through the city looking for any room that you can find. Yeah,
Trips in the middle.
On the real run.
Yeah.
Gets up.
You actually find it in the middle of a park, or at least part of a park, because you can see the barriers like sealed off a good quarter of the park from the rest of it.
Oh,
and
it's an off-central park.
Yep. It's an off-center park.
It's not Central Park.
No,
It's off-center park.
It's actually just another stone tablet that's glowing, but it's in the middle of like a little duck pond.
How heavy? Or how large, I guess I should
How
say.
large? You definitely couldn't lift it.
Okay.
Bolt was only able to because he went large and he has got a lot of strength. They have a lot of strength. Victor is definitely not the strong type.
All right.
He is the silent type.
No offense.
No, wait, no, he's not really the silent
You still have
type
muscles,
either.
though.
Yeah.
True.
For the record.
They have been a little stretched,
I'll
though,
never live it down.
from when you went swimming in the Ald Pond. Because you're like 7 foot
That's
5
right.
now.
Yeah, you are technically.
I'm a beanpole.
Yep, you're a bit lankier.
And you haven't replaced your gear yet. It's been years.
It's interesting that
I
Lyra
did get
started
read.
liking you after that situation.
I know, right?
You were rivals before.
It's because before we were the same height. Now I'm taller. So, I want to approach it, and
It's just your standard story. Boy meets girl. Boy increases his height in a magical pond of chaos. Girl
Yes.
falls for boy. Yeah.
As one does.
as one does every time.
Boy steals broom from girl. Girl steals broom from boy. John may have gone into the story a little bit. It's just brooms all the way
Story
down.
of true love.
Yep.
And in reality, it's just Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
Is the story.
Pretty much.
Oh.
So I want to approach the stone. Looking around it, do I get any sense? Can I do an Arcana check to see if I would be able to interrupt it, or number 2 on this? I have a ring of spell storing. I want to see if I would be able to leech the spell into the ring of spell storing.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Ooh, that could be like the shield spell. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check with advantage. I like this idea.
Okay, that's an 8 and an 18.
18.
Arcana is a +1, so 19.
Okay. So you wade into the pool. You kneel down and you put your hand on the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Your ring of spell storing starts sucking in the mana. It's pulling it in, and it goes far beyond what you believe the capacity of this ring to be able to hold.
I missed them.
You definitely like the rune goes dark, and you pull your hand out and it's just like glowing with intense light, and you're like, this is going to blow if I don't do something with the magic. Looking around, the only thing that you can see that might be able to take the magic,
More birds. Ducks.
actually is a little thing that's been following behind you this entire time. The bell is still animated. And it has just been like, it actually just comes like floating up a little bit.
Or is it like doing the slow roll?
All right, listen. I've got an idea. You, stay there. I'm going to take the ring. I'm going to set it underneath. put the bell on top of it, and then just sit on it and wait.
Sit on it. This is so smart.
Once again,
what could
Bolt
possibly
sees the
go wrong?
torch fly up into the air.
Oh, yeah. I definitely should have warned him.
Yes. After a few moments of like waiting in silence, being like, okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You hear a ding, 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 and then nothing.
He'll lift it up and look underneath.
The ring is faintly glowing now, but it is still it's still there, so that's good.
Good job, buddy.
He made the noise that those like
ring it.
those,
Bing.
And the bell
Was
kind
it
of
ring?
like leans into your hand a little bit.
Aww. It's in love with you.
Let's go. We have things to do.
we all have familiars now.
Yes.
At least
Bell,
until an hour's up. and then it's
Oculor,
done.
Yes.
John Broomsman.
Yeah. Technically, Fred also has Kid. Well,
And Gearhawk.
and Gearhawk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Collector of personalities.
Yes. The ring itself has a shield spell stored in it now. So be sure to note that, because that could be important to save our tank from more damage.
It's true.
Your AC, if you increase it by 5, is just about at Fred's level. Definitely not anywhere near Bolt's level, though.
Nope.
Don't worry, little buddy, you'll get there.
This is why I throw wisdom saving throws at you. Okay, got it. Yeah, so Victor and Bolt reconvene at probably at the market square, and Xander comes walking out as well as the shield starts like fading away. You can see like little tiny flecks of magic flicking off of it and dissipating into the night. But when Xander appears from the alley, he's actually carrying that Arcanum guard in his arms, the one that had her mind blanked, basically.
Okay, the one that's still alive.
Yeah. And he's just kind of cradling her and gives you a look like...
You want to take her with?
And he nods.
Do you know her?
He shakes his head no.
Okay.
But he does like tap her head and then kind of do a... he thinks about it a moment and then he does like a bandage wrapping motion. And then it kind of gives a shrug.
Like, you want to see if you can heal her?
And then he nods. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It's
To
like
the ship?
heck all over again.
Yeah, it's heck.
It's all, hey, yeah. Yeah, he'll just go ahead and start following along. You guys are heading directly for the ship, ignoring Bell
Oh,
at this
no,
point?
we're
or-
not heading for the ship.
Okay, yeah, now that the shield is down, you're just going to teleport
Yep,
right
teleport right to the ship.
Okay. Sounds
It's
good.
a place I am very, very familiar with. I don't think I need to roll for it. I still can.
No, you're
Wrong,
good.
but-
Yeah, I'm not going to. But you are just saying no more following Bell. You're going to the ship itself. Just to verify.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Well, I'll get to the ship. Well, okay, but I guess before I leave, I'll ask Victor, have you been able to find any traces of Bell?
Would I have seen any indication that he had gotten out?
You tracked him to that building, but you didn't go inside it.
All right. And at this point, let's, because this is the point where things have lightened up or whatever, and we're waiting back. If we were waiting for any extended period of time, I probably would have said, hey, there's this place I want to go look at. There was this building that seemed like perhaps a place that he might be able to hide. So before the barrier falls, we may want to see if we can...
He has been the cause of most of this.
Well, and, I kind of want to stick to the plan for once and just trying to see it through,
Okay. Lead the way.
All right, let's go.
So the two of you with Xander and the magical Bell in tow
Yeah, we're just carrying that.
start heading towards the building, and we're going to move back over to Fred, who is being tossed into a cell currently, chained, gagged for the time being. But the guards basically close the door up. It's one of those big like iron doors that are on these warships to keep heavy-duty prisoners. Apparently, you warrant the high security.
Fred's totally flattered.
Yeah. I finally made it. So what would you like to do?
So,
that you're alone.
the shackles,
Yes.
like, she's super familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have a way of, like, deactivating them? Or...
It is a very good question. It's hard to do without your magic, because the typical way that an Arcanum unshackles you is popping a little bit of magic into it, basically.
I just feel like this was something that Sir would have, like locked her in a room and been like, you can't come out until you get out of those,
Yep.
you know?
Exactly.
How's Sir's OPSEC? Has he changed the
passwords.
encryption and the passwords yet?
Well, if she could speak, she could say the password, which is still butterscotch.
Always with the butterscotch.
It's
Yeah.
Sir's favorite thing.
Hey,
Werther's.
Yep.
it just wants you to say it. Doesn't
He's got a
really have
secret
to
deal with
verbally
the Baba
say it. You could
Yaga.
Use your toes and do it in toe language. Like sign language, but for feet.
I did not know there was a toe
I don't either. But we made it up.
Yes, that's the thing.
Go ahead and roll me. Let's do a sleight of hand check. Let's see if
Okie
your
dokie.
training can kick in here.
Feats can't.
Ooh, not good.
We're going to give you advantage on it, actually, because you do have training in it.
Even worse.
Oh, no.
The new dice, you guys. What a-
Uh-oh.
Like I said,
He
just
was
new
8.
dice jitters. They'll get better, I promise.
Yeah, so you're trying your best to unclamp these shackles from around you. Typically, you would use your mouth to help you, which is currently unavailable. Plus, it may be that your father has updated the manacles since this time to be able to contain his children if need be. Another sign that he's probably not the most trustworthy parent in the world. Or
How do you you said you normally help them by putting a little magic into them?
yep, it's just popping a little bit of magic into them from the outside. Obviously, your magic's suppressed.
Can my ice stocks?
I mean, yeah, if you wanted to go ahead and use, they have like a charge thing, right?
Yeah, I gotta remember.
And do you
Disintegrating
pick
ring?
which one, or is it random?
You get your hands
It's
on
not the
stab.
crown of the census.
10
That'd be
charges.
terrible.
11 charges?
10.
The 10? And is it a pick one of them to cast, or is it
see.
random?
Ah, come back.
Because beholders are random, but I don't know if the crown is.
Okay,
Yeah. You can play them as not random if you want, though.
Inventory. This symbiotic
Inventory?
crown is carved from dark purple. La 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 la. Bee 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 bee. The crown has 10 charges. While wearing it, you can use an action to extend some of its charges. To cast one of the following spells from it.
Okay, yep. So it is not random. It is,
Yep.
you get to pick. So which one would you like to cast on these manacles?
I mean, let's use stealth. Let's use what would work best. Probably disintegrate.
Yeah, I think that would probably
Just don't
work
hit your
best.
hands.
What?
Ah, no, it's Serodon all over again.
Turn to powder.
Yeah, so the eye stalk kind of spins around and it narrows its eye, and
Perfect.
this beam of energy comes out. It's probably purple as well.
Yeah.
They've adapted to you, so it just
Yeah.
and it carves in it carves in a big middle finger
Yes.
before the disintegration finally takes effect and the manacles basically turn to dust. And then it's pretty easy to unclip and undo the gag at that point as well.
Good job, my little precious.
They all make happy eye noises.
Okay.
I do like the idea that they squeak a little bit, though. That is pretty good. I like it, yeah.
Now to get out of here. And to kill my brothers, I guess. They don't want to be reformed, so I will show them a different way.
Death is a wonderful way. A voice kind of echoes around the room in the darkness. It's one you recognize.
Seth, is that you?
In the flesh, such as it is. Well,
So you do have a body of flesh and bone.
in a specific realm, yes.
Really?
Yes.
This realm?
No. I can. I just need help.
So...
Would you like to help?
Will you join me?
Does Fred want to help?
This is your patron, right?
Yeah. What's in it for me?
I will help you claim every soul on this ship.
What if I don't want to claim every soul? Is it an all
Weren't
or
you-
nothing type thing?
Weren't you just saying that you wanted your brothers dead?
Yes, but there's only 3 of them, and this ship is manned by many people.
All of which serve the Brotherhood of Neve.
Yes, but here's the thing. I mean, I don't want to get into, too deep of a philosophical discussion here, but are they following because it's, they feel like this sense of duty to do it because it gives them a sense of self-worth, greater self-worth, or are I'm sure there's several reasons why they're doing it. Or is it just because they've been brainwashed? That's probably one of the reasons. I just don't know how many of them are really exercising their free will.
I don't see a distinction.
That's a shame.
I just see
Oh, I
souls.
think that means that I am becoming a better person.
That's a shame.
Oh. Well, here's the thing. I can't allow you to take all the souls. Plus, I'm on the ship. Wouldn't I count as one of those souls?
Oh, you won't be one. Very well. 5 vetoes.
I can save 5. That's it.
Yes. If you want my help. I need to feed.
Okay, this is so hard. Because what would Torrey do? Something totally different than what Wetford would do. But she's also kind of trying to become better. Okay,
But she realizes they're irredeemable.
they are, but are they? Because Xander.
That's what you are.
Irresistible.
Okay, I'm going to roll.
That's what she's saying to Zalatath or whatever.
Yeah.
Irresistible. That what?
Is that the
Zest
last?
to last.
That's the last. Yes.
See, I'm leaving it up to chance. Because I don't have a strong enough of a conscience in here to tell me right from wrong. I mean, I think I know right from wrong. But here's what I'm going to do. I will be rolling 2 20-sided dice.
You have 2 20-sided dice on your person.
It's in my bag of holding. They didn't take it away from me.
It's literally
DM didn't
it
say.
is literally Tori's dice. That is definitely what it is. Fred stole Tori's dice.
Yes. And here's what I'm going to do.
That's why they haven't been rolling well. they
If
stole
I
the soul.
roll 10 and below, then I will do it what you've proposed.
Is this 10 and below on both dice? Is it 10 and below on?
Well, you see, I'm rolling with
Combined.
advantage because I think that I've improved. So if it is 11 and above, then I will have to decline your offer. And I'm taking the higher of the 2 rolls.
Very well. Leave it up to chance.
You see, there's this game that I quite like called Dungeons and Dragons.
Give me what the totals are, if you please.
It was a 4 and a 7.
Well, don't have to worry about anything there. Yeah, so the dice go scattering across the cell.
So I was like,
Yeah, I was gonna say he just.
It's there may or may not be some fiddling going on there, but they both end up below a 10.
His magic does sound like a fiddle
Yeah.
Well,
when he casts.
sounds like we have a deal.
Excellent.
5 vetoes, right?
5.
And I'm already exempt from this,
You
correct?
won't be harmed.
We're not on the ship.
yeah.
Okay.
I can't guarantee that you won't be harmed by others, though.
What do you mean you're not going to protect me?
The process is interesting. You're going to be protecting me.
I will be protecting you.
And Azetha actually reaches out and this little shadow claw hand reaches out and grabs one of the dice, and it just goes pitch black. All the numbers fade away, and he hands it to you and he goes, "When you're ready, eat it." And then he fades back into the shadows, or the hand does.
Okay.
Oh, gross! Black licorice.
That's the price.
Well, I get
Taste
as
the
far as I
fennel.
can on my own. She put it in her pocket.
Okay.
Step 1, get out of this high security prison.
Very excited.
Yes.
Okay. As Fred starts formulating her plan, and Torrey thinks about what Fred might do, we'll skip back over to the wool thread, where Victor and Bolt kind of push through the door that's half open. There's a little bit of a barricade on it. Give me perception checks as you walk in, please.
Out of the box. 6.
18.
I don't know why I rolled that twice. 6 is the first one I rolled. Insight?
Perception.
Perception, I'm sorry. Perception, that is going to be 11.
Okay.
Plus 3. So, 14.
14. It's not too difficult as you both listen in and you hear creaking coming from the second level of this shop.
Victor's gonna... Are there any windows?
Yeah, there are a couple windows.
Victor wants... I want to try and scale... using my broom. I just want to get up to near one of the windows. And I want to...
Sorry, I just got the image in my head of you like being like rock climbing, and then the broom is literally
underneath it.
on your feet and just pushing you up. And just
totally. Making it look like it's really hard, but it's not.
yeah.
And then I'm going to do hand signals to Bolt to breach the door. I'm like 3, 2, 1. And then I'm just going to smash through the window.
Okay. Yep. As soon as he hits the window, I'm gonna smash the door.
I don't know why, but that reminded me of the meme where the SWAT team is raiding that one house, and the one guy grabs the one SWAT team member just grabs a vase and just smashes it into the other wall. Good old memes. Yeah, so you go crashing in through the top floor, basically,
Okay.
and you see it's just a regular human, maybe half elf. Kind of hard to tell.
Not the person, not who.
Not Bell, yeah. You see him cowering in the corner there. Bolt, you burst in through the front door. There isn't anybody in here. There are just a couple of like overturned crates that seem to have like some foodstuffs in them. Again, the symbol on these crates is a cartoonish whale with a apple stuck in its mouth.
Okay.
I want to use Fey Presence.
Okay.
Which is essentially, this is when I'm calling upon the imposing, what do you want to call it, aura
Of the Baba.
of the Baba Yaga. And they need
Your shoulders drop and your voice gets really deep.
yeah, DC 14 wisdom saving throw or become charmed or frightened. And obviously I break through the window, so I'm going to say probably frightened. And I want to just say,
Have you seen a man by the name of Bell come through here?
Well, I rolled with disadvantage, and I got 2 20s on that. So he makes his save. This random commoner goes, "Look, whoever you are, just take what you want and go. I don't care, but I'm not telling you anything."
I want Bell, and then the bell flies through the window behind me.
Another window.
Not
next
that one.
Yes, the
A different window.
Sorry about your other window.
It's fine. Who are you?
I am Victor Rudanta. Of the 8 rings, I am on track of a mark, and you are between me and my prey. Still trying to be intimidating.
Yeah. Right. And you ride a magic broom?
The Baba Yaga wills it so.
You serve an old hag.
That's kind of rude, don't you think? Like,
You like, Baba Yaga, did you hear that? You gonna let this fly?
It just cuts her and she's like, fair.
I don't know. She's like, thank you.
Only old, not ancient. That's great.
look, like there's definitely some perks. Like, check it out. And I'll hand him one of the Werther's Everlasting, because I have 2.
Have you
Yes.
partaken in both of them? Okay.
Yes.
It's sticky. Is this candy?
Try it.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
It's butterscotch. Of course it's
Why does it feel like it's already been in somebody's mouth?
Don't worry about the details. It enhances the flavors. Anyways, I'm looking for someone named Bell. He's from the Arcanum. He might be looking like worked in this building over here. They came through town recently, all bound up in weird, kinky ways.
He takes the Werther's and he just like slips it into his coat pocket because he's not tasting that.
Hey, accepted a gift from the Fae. That's all I was looking for.
Ooh, interesting. And he goes, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I know that the 8 rings like to partake in transactional exchanges of information, if that makes sense.
You know, you're absolutely right. And today I'm in such a hurry. And I want to grab his hand and cut off his pinky.
No!
He's going to try and resist the grapple, obviously.
Victor's in his dark age.
I love it. So is Fred, apparently.
What am I rolling against? It was a 17 that I rolled, but what am I?
You are, since technically you're trying to grapple him to be able
Strength?
to... Yeah.
Okay, so it's a -1, so that's going to be 16.
Okay, well, he only rolled a 4 this time, so you definitely...
And it's not, I don't want to like lop the whole thing, but just like the tip of his pinky.
Yeah, and he lets out a... Actually, you go to like cut where the pinky usually would start, but you're like, oh, somebody's already cut a little bit of his pinky off, so you have to go down a little bit further.
I'll take it and say, I'll take this in thanks for the gift that I also gave you.
Fine. Okay, all right.
Now, where is this bell?
Look, he came in here, he used the teleporter to get out while the shield was up. That's all I know.
Where's this teleporter?
It's in the back room.
Where does it go?
I don't know. Seriously, I don't know.
I want to roll an
Insight
check
Yeah,
on him,
you
see
can
if
roll
I
an
can
insight.
if I can see anything flashing. That's only a 4 plus insight is 10, 14.
Yeah, he's in enough pain that you're pretty much sure that he's either telling the truth or he's very stupid and doesn't realize that telling you what you want to hear is the better option.
Okay. Show me.
Yeah, sure.
And then when we get downstairs, Bolt can heal your finger.
Who? Yeah, so you come in. Xander actually like steps in as well, just kind of like look around a bit.
Listen, I got a little heated upstairs. I'm sorry. I appreciate you being amenable. Bolt, will you heal his finger, please?
I can't heal fingers. What?
Just keep it from bleeding him out and, first aid.
I just like find the closest like rag. I don't care what it looks like. I'm like, here you go. Keep pressure on it.
That was not helpful, Bolt. Listen, do you have any paprika?
Oh, no!
It's a tailor shop.
Find some paprika, press it on the wound. It is a natural coagulant.
Okay, all right. This is a really weird night for me.
Anyways.
What are all these crates with this whale and the...
It's the standard procedure that we were told was going to happen. When the barrier goes up, a shipment of foodstuffs is brought in from another location, teleported in here, and taken into the Arcanum hold to act as a food source in case of like a siege.
What is this company name? Apple Bottom Whale Tail?
She got them apple bottom whale tail and the boots with the fur.
In the crates with the food.
I don't know. I don't have the knowledge of where this teleporter goes. That wasn't provided to me.
But this company, do you know where it originates? Is it something you've seen before?
Not familiar to me, no.
Transact in this town. Bolt?
I'm actually going to... I want to pop one of the crates open.
Yeah.
And see what's inside.
It's just like apples, we'll say, for this one. Yep.
I'm going to take one. I'm not going to eat it, but I'm going to take one to like check it out later. See if there's like any kind of like weird like spells or mind control or anything. Because it's kind of odd that it's all just apples.
I mean, that one crate is apples. There's another like that.
The company's called Oops All Apples.
Oops, all apples. It's just like each crate has its own like foodstuffs in it. If you
An apple?
you weren't there, but you did
keeps
see
the
Fred
Arcanum
carrying in like a
Yes,
barrel
but what if
That's
you
right.
of something,
delivered it?
a little cask or
Apple
something. So.
juice.
Lamp oil, but Bolt doesn't know that, so he just assumes apple juice.
Yeah, I do.
So And then the gentleman in this tailoring shop, who is missing a little bit more of his pinky now, takes you to the back room, and he goes, this is the permanent teleportation circle that they installed.
Oh,
I usually hide it under that rug, and he just shows off like a
By the way-
really ratty looking rug.
we're gonna take this portal. I need you to carry a message for me. If you see anybody who looks like Lyra that comes into town, tell her I'll be right back. She said, hold still.
So who's Lyra?
She's also from the Eight Rings.
Okay.
If you talk to her quickly and clearly, she will not cut your other finger off. But if she's accompanied by my mother, you probably want to hide.
And what does your mother look like?
We don't have time for that. I'm going to inspect that. I'm going to inspect that circle.
Using the same as before, you probably could connect over. I don't know how many Helm of Teleportation charges you have left.
I have 2 left.
2 left, yeah. So you could connect and go to wherever this one leads.
Victor, shall we teleport in?
shall.
Xander, do you know where this goes?
He shakes his head.
Arcanum beacon or airship?
He just gives you a shrug.
Can you put down your Arcanum friend?
He sets it down.
Taylor, that's your name, right? It said on outside the shop.
That's my last name, yeah, sure.
All right, Taylor, Mr.
His real name is Jonathan Thomas, all right?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
My childhood crush.
Please take care of this Arcanum lady. You have been conscripted into the Wayward Watch for medical aid.
That did more to affect his terror than your presence did when he learns that you are the Wayward Watch.
It's nice to meet you. I am Bolt. This is
I am
Xander.
Victor,
Nice to meet you,
Agent
too.
of Chaos, and the Baba Yaga.
Fred gets a chill down her spine. Somebody's claiming that there's something they're not, or that I am. Together, you are Team Rocket, basically. No?
Yeah.
Jesse, James.
Oh no, I'm Meow.
Yeah. Yep.
You build all the robots.
Look, it was either that or Wubba Fett.
Aww.
Coffee.
So yeah, so did you just want Xander to leave the Arcanum here for now? Okay.
She is dead weight or soon to be, so leave her behind.
I'm sure she will be fine. In fact, we can return here, and I look pointedly at Jonathan, and I go, she will be fine, correct?
Yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of her.
Okay.
If you need extra help, there's an airship around here. The guy who's on it named John Broomsman. He might be mildly useless, but in a pinch, he can pull through. So,
All right,
I'll sweep you off your feet.
could you guys get out of my shop now?
sure.
To the teleport circle.
Okay.
We're going to use it.
You step into the teleport circle, Bolt connects to it, it sends you off to the other side, and you leave, one dingy room only to appear somewhere
As we're
else.
leaving, before Victor, he will go, here's the tip of your finger. And then he'll go.
Okay, perfect.
You were carrying it this whole time.
Sick.
He was going to give it to, what's his face, the collector of fingers at this point.
Krauth. Or not Krauth, Carnuth.
Carnuth.
Yeah.
Carnuth,
Yeah.
yep. I'm going to get Carnuth.
Different K name, because I like to do that apparently. And now we have a John and a
K's and
Jonathan.
A's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ralph is a K. I wrote
But that
I
is
wrote it
that's
as
a good place to skip back over to Fred. All right, Fred. What is your plan?
Fred wants to sneak her way up to like where she assumes her brothers would be.
Okay.
I'm assuming that I don't know. Where would they be?
So at this point, one of them's probably on the top deck still, either Thorn still or switching out with Les. And the other is probably in their shared captain's quarters, as it were.
Okay.
It is late at night, but they are on the move. You can feel the rumble
Okay.
of the airship going.
Let's go to the captain's quarters then.
So how are you planning on getting out of the room?
Oh, well,
She has this bomb.
I've got my old eye stocks, old reliables.
Okay.
It's called Fred's Doomsday Scenario.
Yes.
Pull it out and immediately explodes.
Let's see. We could also try. I mean, I want to do something more quiet though. Here's the problem.
I mean, how much noise does a disintegration make?
I mean, that's
It's like a
for
James
me to
Bond
know.
laser.
No, for you to know. Me to find out.
That's a very good question.
Right?
I mean, if it's disintegrating, you probably wouldn't hear anything.
Are there
You
like
might smell
guards
something.
right outside, or
Give me a perception check.
It might smell like burning metal.
Yeah, there's probably lots of smell on the airship though.
It's true.
yeah, that's an
Smell
11.
like
Engine
burning metal.
fumes and soil.
You can't hear anything through the iron door. You have a pretty good idea that they probably have a guard on you at least.
Okay.
Yeah, airships are not really quiet.
I will say that while the door is metal, the rest of the room is wooden panels.
I'm going to summon my Shadow Blade.
Oh, okay.
And cut a hole.
Cut a hole in like one of the walls.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You cut into the left
Yep.
wall and it's just a guy on a toilet and you're like, sorry, wrong wall.
Wrong wall. And he's just like, no worries. Yeah, spend the spell slot. That's fine.
Okay.
And we'll let you the Shadow Blade basically with enough time and enough patience. You manage to basically slice a nice little hole in there. Give me a performance check, would you?
Yeah.
I want
Is
to
the
see
rose
something.
thing a shadow blade?
What?
No.
No.
That was
just-
confiscated.
Got it.
Yeah.
I didn't know if like that would like
Technically, all your equipment should have been as well, but Les was moving kind of fast, or Thorn was moving kind of fast.
17.
17. You make a very serviceable Fred outline. It's not perfect, so it doesn't look like you just jumped through the door, but anybody who sees it will be a little bit confused why it looks like a person instead
Okay.
of just like a bigger
Yes.
hole. You even make like a few like eye stock.
I was going to say, did the eye socks get there or did they just go thump, 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 as you pass through?
I love that she took all the time to make it. She
Yep.
could have just done like a little hole big enough to like put her head through, right?
Yeah. And you finish up with the last little
She's
bit.
like
and-
It's like a cat.
a cat.
As long as you can get your head through, you can squeeze through. That's canon. Drow are like that.
Yes. What
Um,
hips?
You stand up and you're just like you have to T-pose kind of to get through the wall. Get through it.
So the last of the wood kind of falls away and reveals another cell beyond. This one is occupied by a few people, actually.
Oh.
One of them is a orc woman that you recognize.
Barbara.
It's Fred we're talking about here.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yep.
Wee bunny lass.
She doesn't say anything, actually, as you... Like, none of them react as the wood comes down.
Do you still have your
I
mouth
took it
clamp on? Oh, okay. You did that one.
off.
Oh, right.
Right.
Click.
But yeah, she doesn't react too much.
Does it appear? I mean, Torrey assumes that they're still under the effect, but
Yep, it looks like whatever kind of mind control the Brotherhood of Neve has been using to coerce these people, it's still in effect. You do remember that you did see Barbara, for lack of a better name.
are you mad at me,
He just wants to go outside, I think.
bruh?
Still, like, you did see her lined up with the others as they were being loaded onto the ship, basically.
Can I do, I don't know, a perception check maybe or something? I want to see if there's something like, if I can tell if there's like a physical object or something that's like holding them under this spell
Okay.
versus like one person who's like concentrating on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
That is a
11.
11. You can't see anything in here that would be causing it.
Yeah.
But I think you're pretty spot on with your reasoning. While they are collecting them, they probably used individual concentrations. But now that they're on the ship, they probably have a more permanent fixture that holds their attention or their concentration.
Okay, so as how does this door look to get out of?
Less security than yours. It's still pretty close to your door, and there is another wall.
Let's go to the next wall over.
Your shadow blade. How long does your shadow blade last?
Let's see.
Less security as her
It
brother's security
is
company.
People didn't know.
Oh,
Take well to it.
but I have to cast it again. It's up to 1 minute.
A minute? Okay. I don't think that... It probably took you like 30 seconds to get through the door, or to get in, because you took a little bit extra time to make the Fred shape. Now, the question is, do you want to continue to take the extra time to make Fred shapes, or be a bit more efficient?
Probably more efficient.
So the next one, you just make a clear hole through. Again, the wood panel falls away, reveals another room with another half dozen mindless people, as it were. And that one is like even less security. Like that looks like more like your standard wooden door rather than like an iron banded door.
Okay.
So it's a very linear jail system.
Every door is half as secure. Pretty soon, it's like the paper doors in Japan. You just like walk through it.
Yeah,
It's like that.
Then the next one after that would just be bead curtain.
It's actually you're going deeper into the ship, towards the back of the ship though, because it's they keep the more high security prisoners in the front, because if they escape, then they won't try to break everybody else free to cause a distraction while they're doing it.
Plan backfired.
But it's still the best strategy for you.
Okay,
Yes.
let's go one more room over.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably eke out one more with the shadow
Okay.
blade before it sputters out. And this one is actually empty. This cell, so even better.
Yeah.
Okay, is
Zeph.
the door locked or unlocked?
It's unlocked because there's nobody in here.
Zeph said to eat it, but did he say you had to eat it, or can you go feed it to Bonnie and have Bonnie go? Become
He
the
said I had to
avatar of
eat it.
Zeph.
And he did say Fred had to eat it.
Yeah.
Not
explicitly, but the implication was
Yes.
very much like, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I guess she will open the door and peek around the corner.
Yeah, there are a pair of guards. One is sitting at the end of the hallway with like a lamp over him, and he's reading a book of some kind.
Okay.
And the other one is standing just outside what you assume was your cell door, considering the distance.
Okay,
cell
perfect.
door. Cast
So,
it into the fire.
What's the name of the book that he's reading?
That would be The Wayward Finds Me.
The Lord of the Vings.
Is it a...
It's a biography about the Wayward Watch, but not written by anybody who has any connection with you.
I
Yeah.
was going to say it's that, or it's a like a love story, and it's called like The Werewolf's Kiss or something.
Yeah.
Einor's like, I'm close enough to them, I could write a book series.
Yeah.
She's got her cookbook to work on.
She already has a publisher.
Yeah. Yep.
okay, I
Wayward
want
Watch and
to
Me. It's
then,
a image of her on the cover.
I want to use minor
This is where you
illusion
stand in. Okay.
to. It says you can create a sound. Its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It could be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, a beating of drums, or any other sound you choose. So I would like to kind of throw that and use Thorn's voice
Okay.
that says, "I need all hands on deck immediately.
Okay.
Leave your posts."
Leave your posts. Yeah.
That's what Fred.
So you toss that over to basically where the communications would come down, because Fred would know where
Yeah.
basically the communication stones are, right? And the two guards.
It's a can hanging from a string. It
Yes.
starts making noise.
It's actually a banana phone.
Is it
you
a hamburger phone from the 90s?
Yes. Oh, I want one.
The two guards look at each other and give each other a bit of a confused, like, what? But they both start moving up because that is Thorn's voice.
Okay.
So you are now alone in this jail cell area.
Perfect. So Fred, because I'm the one speaking to you right now.
Of course.
I would like to make my way down to the captain's quarters.
Okay. That would be up.
I meant up.
Of course you did. So it's pretty easy. You can head up the flights of stairs, basically. It's sort of a switchback pattern.
Okay.
Because I do love my switchbacks, apparently.
Switchbacks.
But it's just meant so that, like, it's not just a weak point in a single staircase on the way up, right? Kind of, it's back and forth to be a bit more defensible in that case. The level above seems to be your standard kind of cargo hold. You see a bunch of crates filled with random foodstuffs and apples mostly. Some apple juice and apple cider.
There's something with these apples.
And
remember being a kid and everyone would say, "Hold your tongue," and say "apple."
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are things I pass down to my own children.
It's perfect. Yeah, teach them to get around swearing.
And then they just skip that step and just start saying asshole as they walk.
Yeah.
I remember when damn was a swear word.
Aww, cute.
Yeah, adorable.
That was a funny Tool Time or Home Improvement episode.
Oh yeah.
Dad said hell and damn. I did not say damn. Now you did.
Yeah. So the only other thing in this room that seems a bit out of place are the glowing crystals.
Are they mana crystals?
They do appear to be like a form of mana crystal of some kind. They're glowing purple rather than their usual, and they're each sitting in
Fred's color.
It's my color.
Hey, copyright infringement. They're each sitting in a small, like, shallow,
Patent pending.
like, wash basin, almost, with a weird-looking fluid in it. It's a bit more viscous than, like, a normal fluid.
Fred would like to investigate. She thinks that maybe this has something to do with mind control.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
That is a 16.
16? You can pretty much, like, get a feel for what's going on, and these are basically the mind control things. You're not quite sure what the fluid is itself, but the crystal is definitely exuding psionic energy.
Okay. She would like to try and break one of the crystals.
Okay. Just full on smash and grab?
She'll use Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Take a couple steps back and send out a purple bolt of energy. Looks like bolt this time. Just because, You're already missing your friends.
If Bolt could see me now.
You do a minor illusion of Bolt saying, "That was really good, Fred."
Why, thank you, Bolt.
Pat you on
Very
top of the
kind of you.
Yes. It smashes into the crystal, and
If I ever have a daughter, I hope it's you. Look, just like you.
There's a crack. Go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw, because the psionic energy is now being just expelled into the air.
Oh boy. Probably not very good.
I feel really bad.
That's a 9.
9? You're going to take a little bit of psychic damage.
Okay. But I am... What's R?
Resistant.
Resistant.
Yeah, you just
take half
You
damage.
just take 3 then,
Okay.
after the halving. It's not too bad, thankfully.
Oh, I still have temps. Thanks.
Thanks, Bolt.
Thanks, Dad. I mean, Bolt.
You're welcome, not daughter.
You just... Anytime you speak at this point, it is just minor illusions that Fred is saying.
Yes.
Yep, she is conjuring for herself.
I will definitely not pay for anything for you anymore. What? How dare you?
We're in a
I'm
fight.
taking away your allowance.
From there, you can kind of get an idea of like how far you need to stay back in order to prevent any sort of damage. And you can like... There's like 6 other crystals that
Yeah,
you
I'll just...
smash through. Yep. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you finish the last crystal off.
Oh, this was a good one. Ha-ha! That's 18.
Okay. You hear a lot of footsteps coming from the floor above you, and you realize that you're a bit loud, breaking crystals with magic blasts.
Shite. Well, time.
Go back in the cell, grab one of the people who are like completely like zonked, stand them in front of it, frame them, get back in your cell.
Do something.
There you go.
Time to.
She just broke all the mind control stuff, though.
Yeah, those people are probably stirring by now.
That's a side effect. They all just like randomly act like they're stirring something.
Yep.
As they wake up.
It's really weird when they do that.
I don't know why. Then there's the one person with like the butter churn.
Let's see. I'm trying to decide what to do here.
Okay. While Fred decides her next move, we can go ahead and move back over to...
The smoke clears.
Yep. Bolt steps out. Victor right behind and Xander right behind.
Another dingy room, right?
And the
That's what you
bell.
said.
Yeah, it basically looks pretty much exactly like the last one.
And the bell.
Oh, yes, and the bell. Yep.
Yep.
It is filled with crates. They have the same stamp on them. And they're...
We need to go like take over this whale company so that the Brotherhood has no supplies.
This particular room ends with a interesting doorway. The doorway isn't like your standard door. It looks like it's almost like a wooden panel doorway that's like a hidden latch that leads out into a... it looks like another storeroom, but
Yeah,
just a
but,
bit
but
more...
we can tell from the backside that it's a hidden door on the other
yes,
side.
exactly.
Okay. All right, Victor, get ready.
And it is
Cut off
partially
some
a
more
jar,
fingers.
I should say. It is partially
Okay,
a jar.
so it
It's
is
not,
on.
yeah.
Okay. We may have to cut off some more pinkies.
Oh,
I'm going to go and open the door the rest of the way.
Yeah, there's a standard storeroom. The first crate has pears in it.
Are there any Arcanum outfits?
Interesting. You don't see any Arcanum outfits. You do see a bit of blood, though. Victor can pick up on that.
Do you smell iron?
All the time. Have you seen the armor I wear?
That's fair. I think someone is bleeding. Not just because I smell it, but can you not see the large pool of blood?
Ah, yes. I thought it was. I thought it was.
I'm
apple,
looking at the
I thought it
apple.
was apple
Can
cider.
we see a large pool of blood, or am I making
we'll
things
go
up?
ahead and say yes. There is a rather large pool. It looks like somebody probably like leaned up against a wall and let it drip down for a while.
My mistake. I thought it was apple cider.
Common. It is that he was leaning against the apple cider
Yes.
Have you ever
rose
drank
there.
apple cider? Because I don't think you have.
I have. I don't remember what it tastes like though.
All right. Well, we will have to fix that later. In the meantime, I would like to cast Locate Creature
Okay.
with my Ring of Spell Storing.
Okay.
And I
Oh,
want
that's
to-
right. The Ring of Spell Storing already had a spell on it, didn't it?
It had 2 spells, but it has I think up to 5 slots.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But but I do want to see if I can locate. At this point, we're still looking for Bell.
Mhm.
So I would try and see if it can point me in the direction of Bell.
Okay. Let's bring up Locate Creature here and take a look.
Locate creature. Okay. There it is. Locate creatures. 4th level. Describe and name the creature that is familiar to you. You sense the direction of the creature's location as long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, such as a human or unicorn, as long as you've seen the creature up close within 30 feet at least once. If the creature is described and named in a different form, such as being under the effects of polymorph, the spell does not locate the creature. The spell can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between me and the creature.
Is it
Concentration
a
for up to
vampire spell or something?
I guess, right? Why water?
Yeah.
But that would mean that my animate objects concentration would drop.
Okay.
So this large bell would just go.
Except it doesn't.
It doesn't? Okay.
As you cast the spell, the bell just continues to float around you.
We'll get
Happily.
back to that later.
The spell finishes casting, the kind of the runes on the ring of spell soaring fade away. That shows that particular spell and appear just kind of, we'll just say on your on the palm of your hand or the back of your hand, because that's something like the back of your hand, and it basically is giving you like a tingle that up is the direction that you need to go.
Oh.
My
Peter
Peter tingle,
Yep.
or my Victor tingle says we go up.
Your Victor tingle.
My Victor tingle says go up.
Your Ving tingle.
Tingle ving.
Tingle Ving.
Based on what you see in this room, is this a structural wall above our floor above our head?
No.
Let's knock a hole in it.
No buttresses.
Probably.
How about we just use the stairs?
It's not like the prow.
Yeah, I would say more like because this is a kind of hidden room. Okay. It probably looks like maybe a bit more.
Well, we're outside in the regular room, the storeroom.
Oh, and now if you're in the storeroom, there is definitely like a.
Let's just use the stairs. I'm assuming there's probably stairs that we can see.
But we have to make a dramatic entrance. How are we supposed to have people remember us?
Oh, you just tell them your name when you come into view.
All right, sounds good.
Did you see how I did that back at the Arcanum place?
All right, Belle, you go first.
The bell starts floating up the stairs. Where's my money?
But as a note, I did remove the little gong thing, so it wouldn't be going dang, dang,
Yes,
dang in the
you
air.
did castrate this bell before you animated it.
Yes. Hey, I didn't want it making more bells.
Yep.
Make
already
sure
have
you
2
spay
bells.
and neuter your pets, including bells.
Make sure to spay neuter.
Yeah, we haven't done that with the Oculorb yet. We need to get on that.
Hey, leave it alone.
And kid.
And John Broomsman.
I don't think you have anything to worry about.
We
there.
tried teaching him, but he just doesn't understand.
Yep. So the bell heads up the stairs, starts floating up slowly.
And we just I'm going to follow it, not like so close that I can be seen, but I want to use it as a distraction. So if someone's like, hey, what's that? Then I want to try and come up behind him.
So you end up coming up the stairs. Give me stealth checks as you all go up the stairs.
That cocked. That cocked again.
Xander will also make a
4.
stealth check.
My stealth is, I think they're 20.
22. Xander's stealth check is he knows that he shouldn't go up the stairs and he's just going to wait down at the bottom because he's too heavy and would make creaking noises for sure.
So,
Scott, what'd you roll?
An 8. I rolled an 8.
19.
19. So, Victor, you get about halfway up the stairs. The bell is leading the way, and Bolt,
clunk,
Bolt hits that first step, and it makes just a loud creak. And after a moment of silence, you hear Bell go, Hedrick, is that you? Did you get back with those bandages?
Yes.
The bell.
The bell. Yeah. Only when you flip it over and put your finger.
Yes. I had a hard time finding it.
Give me
Victor's
a
going to do his
deception
best,
check.
like what he thinks an Arcanum soldier would sound
I
like.
love that it's like Western.
I know, right?
Like a cowboy.
Deception. So it's,
Did they say hard trick?
17.
Hedrick.
Hedrick.
16.
So 16 is enough to know that Hedrick is more common as a gnome's name.
Okay, Gnome's name?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm coming with the stuff.
That's what I had to deal with when you played a gnome character for a whole campaign. No, I'm just kidding.
A bard gnome.
It was
no less.
indubitably, I mean, certainly.
Yeah, it was a very good...
Wrong, Grizzy, curious.
Yeah, he goes, good. I'm leaking through these bandages already.
Don't worry.
Ew, that's like such a gross description.
Can I stealth up behind him? And I want to see if I can knock him out.
Sure, give me another stealth check. Do you tell Bolt to wait?
I would put my hand out. I wouldn't say it out loud.
I
though.
will stop as soon as I hear that creak and then the noise. I'll be like,
So that's a 16 plus 15, so that's a 20... 31.
31? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I'll walk up behind him and say,
Don't worry, I've got your bandage right here.
and Bell's like, why is the sound coming from above me?
So,
like, not just above, because if he's sitting down.
yep. So he's...
And I'll say,
Bolt, get in here. We need to change his bandages.
So, just so you know, Bell is out of his armor. He looks fairly similar to Fred, right? Because you're both half Drow. Both kind of that.
I'm pretty sure Fred was the only one who was half Drow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
So you're the only one who got that trait from your mother. Everyone else is more
Yes, and or
Human
maybe
is
she was the
different.
only child
Okay.
with that mother. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So like Sir had another
Yeah.
wife. Okay. All right, I can see that. Yeah. So he's just kind of your typical.
He had a
human.
family in every city type of thing.
Ew.
Let's hope not.
Mistress.
We're gonna do the big reveal, and Sir is gonna be Lucan.
No, it's gonna be Brander.
It's Brander.
That's Brander's dad.
Yep.
Brander was one of the.
Brander's one of the brothers.
He was the one that was the most punchable. But he definitely he looks completely messed up from your earlier fight.
Man.
He actually, according to my notes here, only has 8 HP left. So, and he
I
didn't
will
have a
try
full
and keep-
hour to work on.
I
that.
will try and keep him alive, but I will. But after treating him, I want to try and
Yeah.
just bind him so that he can't get
Yep,
out.
the knock on the head was enough to knock him out without having it be lethal damage. So yes, 1 bell can be added to your inventory.
You have room in in your.
Sorry,
I
Victor,
didn't go
2
get the
bells.
bag, remember?
I have 2 bells. How much can the bell? Oh, it's close. The bell doesn't have a strength score, does it?
Not really. I would say that it probably couldn't hold.
Well, you're probably gonna need to carry this body, or I can tie him to the broom and fly him around. I don't know.
Where's Bjorn? Dang it, left him in the back
yeah.
building.
Yes, I can carry him, or Xander could as well.
Xander,
If
carry
that's okay.
this random Arcanum guy that I don't think you've ever seen before.
It's your brother, Bell.
What?
No, you don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah. He.
Right? You don't know that he's Xander?
I know they do.
No, we
We
know.
know
yeah,
Xander. I know
So
that
he.
Xander's
We
he
figured it
comes-
out with the documents.
Do we know
Yeah.
Xander?
And then we also were like,
You asked him.
Xander? And he
Yeah.
was like,
Do we know that Xander's
gotcha.
her brother?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Technically, Aramis was the only one who met Xander
But
back
she's-
before this.
Fred has absolutely told us the names of all the brothers. And-
Repeatedly.
I mean,
And every little thing about them that's annoying.
She's
Unless-
opened up her murder journal and
unless
is like,
you said Xander Bloodbane, I would think it's just a Xander.
A Xander. Yeah. So he comes up and just kind of like pushes past Bolt and roughly picks up and throws Bell over the shoulder, and then
Walks
he,
out the room and don't come
Yeah.
along.
and then he points at
Oopsies.
you and he points at your helm of teleportation.
Back
and
to
then
the ship.
He shakes his head, and he cradles his arms again, like we got to go back for something else.
Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. Back to Archdom.
Okay.
We may be in Archdom now. I don't know, but back to the
Where
other
are we?
teleport.
If you want to like peek your head outside,
Yeah, can we just like look out the window, see if we notice?
Yeah, you're still in Archon.
Still Archdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't too far away.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to teleport for an Archdom. We just jump out the window.
Do we know where we are in relation to the square that we were at, where the docks are?
Yeah,
Can we
actually,
see
so
that?
it's pretty clear to see that you are probably about maybe a mile away from where the Arcanum building was.
Okay.
Yep. So it's not too far out of the way. In fact, it kind of seems really funny that the other guy doesn't know what the shop is, considering it's fairly close.
Yeah.
So heading back towards, are you going to go through the portal again, or are you?
No,
just
I'm going to save the teleport.
'Kay.
But I want to see if can I just determine where we are and then head back to the tailor shop.
Yep. We'll say that you guys are on your way back there when you round a corner and there are a set of guards standing there, or rather, 1 human guard and 3 of the Atama gear guard.
Hello there, fellow guards.
And they actually they'll turn towards you. Xander is behind you if you want to try and stop him around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I was going to ask you that question. Is everything all right?
Yes, we're fine.
You looked like you were in a bit of a hurry there.
Well, yeah, I like to get to where we're going.
The commander saw me in my P-Day clothes.
I'm just gonna like put my hand over Victor's mouth.
You're heading towards a restricted area currently, unfortunately. Is there something that I can help you with?
Justice, maybe.
Okay. Go on.
The whole deal with all the barrier and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that a sanctioned thing between you and whoever did that?
No, we weren't aware of anything like that was happening. We thought that, well, we saw an airship come in, the barrier went up, and now that it's gone, we have several empty buildings where people should be.
Did you say these were gear guard?
Yes.
Good, okay.
Yep.
Well, we were inside that, and we actually helped take it down, the barrier.
How are you away from the barrier then?
We left it.
You left and then you're circling around back to it now.
Yes. Look,
Can I get a full statement?
maybe later, but for now, would you want to find the person responsible for that whole,
Yes.
for the whole thing? And would you be able to hold on to them in some sort of a cell?
We do have new facilities, yes.
Okay, the person that is responsible for this is actually quite crafty and very dangerous, and I would like to see them come to justice, but...
Okay. Any information that you can would be helpful.
Yeah, just 1 second. I'm going to walk around. I'm literally going to go pick up Bell and bring him back and just kind of like thunk on the ground in front of him. This is... Do I know his full name?
Belgraph Bloodbane.
Belgraph Bloodbane of the Brotherhood of Neve. He's the leader of the group that did that. And I'm assuming all of the people that he kidnapped are on that airship and have left, which is where we want to go next to try to rescue them.
You're saying that this unconscious man is the perpetrator?
Yes. Can you take him and... Or we can carry him if you want, but
No.
he needs to be put in jail permanently.
Would you be
temporarily.
willing to swear into a circle of truth on this?
Yes, we are in quite a hurry.
Not today, obviously, when the inquiry comes around.
I am Bolt.
Nice to meet you, Bolt. I am Taylor.
I am.
The other one's a Jonathan, so.
Where's Jonathan?
Jonathan.
And I will... Do you have a communication ring?
Yes, we do, actually. And he
Bing.
taps together.
I will contact you when we find...
So you're heading out after that airship currently.
Yes. Yes.
Bolt, be careful giving out your information. People could use... People could
Like around...
They might send you spam.
Just one moment, and he turns around and he pulls out like a little notebook and he writes something down, rips a page out and hands it to you, a little piece of parchment. He goes, that should get you cleared from the docks immediately.
Thank you. I promise you will not regret this. You have my word.
Okay.
And
I'm putting a lot of faith in
and
you, Bolt, for some reason.
as we're leaving, I'm very serious. Do not, or keep him in your sight. Do not let him out of your sight. He will try to escape at a moment's notice.
You'll probably want to use them magical bindings.
I'll see if I can find some.
He also has psychic powers,
Ropes.
so mind control and stuff. So.
The ropes and the ball gag. didn't
All three of
work
the
last
Atamas
time.
suddenly like raise their crossbow hands towards him, like oh, okay. So you leave Belgraph with the gear guard, and you start making your way towards the docks. Or are you going back to the Wolf Red to pick up that body still?
Since we're headed into the thread, we'll pick that. We'll pick the Arcanum up.
Yep, it's not too much of a detour at this point. So
Because Xander seems to be something that he's really
adamant about.
really adamant about, and so we'll pick up the body, and then at that point, I will teleport us
Immediately, just like
immediately
grab-
to the Wayward Watch,
Okay, perfect.
and we'll Victor find a room for our unconscious guest and have John and Kid see to her to make sure she's all right when she wakes. Xander, is that okay?
And he nods.
We need to follow that airship. And I will run off the airship as fast as I can down to wherever, like the dock, the closest like dock worker, and be like, "Here, slam the thing in. We're leaving." And as I run by, I'm gonna like unmoor the ship.
Perfect. Yeah, the Wayward Wanderer starts kind of drifting away. Roll me a d20. I need to see if the crew is actually aboard at this point.
Okay.
It is later into the evening.
Bosco dice. Let's see, are they there? 10.
10? That's like the only number that I wouldn't really have it right away on. Sure, yes, we'll say the crew is there just to avoid any sort of headache or backtracking. Yeah, so as everything starts...
I'll start calling out orders to like get the engines going. We're gonna need to full speed ahead.
Yeah, the crew is
as fast
kind of...
as we can.
They're a little bit groggy, maybe a little bit hungover from...
Victor, use your bell. Gong, gong, gong.
Come here, Belle. Belle comes up,
it floats over diligently.
and I'll take the thing out of my bag, its old knocker, and I'll tie it back on.
And it gives a little, like, happy spin. And yeah. Perfect. The Wayward Wanderer drifts away from the dock. There are no issues as you guys pull away or anything. Remember the gear guard starts, like, running over to the dock worker, demanding to know what's going on. They hand him the note, and then the dock worker, or the gear guard just kind of shrugs and heads off in another direction.
It's like the psychic paper from Doctor Who.
Yep, it's like,
yep, we're with the Ministry.
It's
okay.
It's Ron Swanson's. I can
do whatever I want.
Yes.
No.
By the way, Bolt, we might need to talk later. For some reason, that bell is still sentient. My spell's ended. Shouldn't be a problem right now. We'll figure it out later.
Stranger things have happened. Do we know what direction the ship went off in?
You don't actually.
I will. Do I remember what direction it was facing? And it's a big ship.
So it was facing north when it came in, because it came in from the south. You don't know which direction it kind of left. It kind of started like turning a little bit.
Hey, you there, boy? Did you see the big ship?
Pardon me, boy.
You might be able to kind of glean some information from the notes you have, though. The notes that you collected. There was a specific.
Southernmost landmass.
Okay.
And the other one was saying heading to a different place, right? So in the Twin South, investigate this sect and their mission, have the report back. Last stop.
Yeah.
I'm heading towards last stop.
Okay.
Full speed ahead, as fast as it can go. Push the engines to maximum.
Eva comes up and she goes, "Are we? What's the plan? What are we doing?"
I'll kind of fill her in on what happened.
Okay. She nods through it and she says, "We could probably catch up to them if they're a warship and they're giving it their all. Like we're kind of a faster frigate.
Yeah.
But that might push the engines a bit. And I know that, well, from what Hafis has told me, there is something down there that definitely we don't want to have the engines kind of affect. Is that? Are we good? Are we good to go over the warp speed limit?"
Ludicrous speed.
Yeah, ludicrous speed.
Critical plaid.
We have people to save, including Fred.
People to save.
Gotta save me from myself.
We'll push it. Hafis and I will keep an eye on it.
Of course.
If it gets, I will basically tell Hafis, like, hey, he's down in the engine room, control him, twisting the levers and, releasing the valves and stuff. And I'll tell him we have to go as fast as we possibly can, but we cannot let that infection spread.
I will make sure that the containment doesn't spread too bad, or the contaminant rather. I'll make sure the containment holds. Okay. The Wayward Wanderer starts making great speed, clipping across the night, heading south towards the last stop. Typically, airships follow the rivers still, so in case there's any sort of accident, you can land in the river, and it's a little bit better than landing on the ground. So it's pretty...
Well, and in Archdome, there's a big river coming right out of it.
Yeah.
So we can just follow along that for a while. And last stop, so we go past the beacon.
Last stop is past Salsport, actually.
Yeah.
It is a long
past
journey.
Salsport, past Deep Well.
Yeah, it's going to take you... It's going to take you probably about a week of travel in total to get to Salsport. Or not Salsport, last stop.
Yeah.
But you're probably going to catch up to them before that.
Okay. Well, and I'd imagine, like, if it takes a week to get there, or even longer maybe, we're probably going to catch up to them in Falcon Crest or Terraceburg.
Yeah.
Or somewhere close to there.
Okay.
Maybe we can see Ruby in the Ruby Oasis as well.
Stop by, say hi,
Yep.
say, hey, Chauncey, how's it going?
Take another dip.
Jeeves or whatever the...
That was Chauncey.
Was it Chauncey?
Yep,
Yeah.
that was his name.
Dip in the pool of mysteriousness.
And as you sail off into the moonset, we are going to skip back to Fred, who is standing there formulating a plan as the stairs kind of fill up with Arcanum guards and Neve Brotherhood members, led by one of the twins. You're not quite sure. They're both, their armor is now immaculate again, either from the blood that you did or the damage that you did or the fire.
Pull up the political thunder.
Yeah. So, and he steps up in front of everybody as 3 or 4 like spread out on either side of him, and then another row behind it of about 5. And he says, Fred, I'm going to ask you once. Lay down your arms and go quietly back to your cell.
You see, it's just really hard for me to do.
Fine. Sir will forgive me. And he's going to draw his sword.
And she will...
Okay. Full on.
Eat the dice.
She's gonna eat it.
Ooh.
Do I cliffhanger it here?
You could describe what happens and then cliffhanger it and cut all this conversation.
Yeah. So Fred swallows the dice, and you feel your own shadow start to shift
Ew.
and kind of pop off of the ground, and it starts taking more and more form, and the guards take a little bit of a step back nervously as something starts looming up behind you. You've never really seen Zeth Toldaz too much. Like, he's always been.
Does it have the red eyes?
Yeah, it's very much like deep red eyes. He's always been a bit of a shadowy figure. This time is no different, except for his shadows seem to be like caressing you almost. Just like wrapping around in various places, just kind of like you're connected to him. And as he gets up to his full height, which is probably about, he probably fits about 7 feet, maybe almost to the ceiling of this cabin, which probably is about like 10 feet, to be fair. He goes, "Excellent. I have been hungry." And he is going to start surging forward, and these kind of tendrily shadows start like crawling around the room, reaching for the Brotherhood members. They kind of get into defensive postures, and that's where we're going to end the episode. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Things are about to hit the fan. Once again here.
And it's the way it's going to be Victor on the broom. He's going to run into the fan of the ship in front of him. He's not paying attention.
Yep.
Typical Victor.
So for that wonderful magic, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, because that's how you get the next episode. You won't be able to see the next episode unless you like, comment, subscribe. I said I wasn't going to do that this episode as a reward for the 5,000, but too bad. And join our Patreon if you want to see this episode early and this next episode early and ad free. And I think we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Yeah.